mustn't be afraid to drink. Up to clean drinking water.
Mr. McGregor, the general manager wants to see you.
This is it. My promotion. Is it going to be this week? How do I know?
Like a man about to drink toilet water from a straw?
Perfect.
Okay, I believe we're back on the live stream. Okay, so we're back. All right, so let's zoom back out and we talk about some of the positions we had. Okay, so looking at our 4-hour structure, we have this nice previous week's high, and we've also the blue line previous week's high. Let me just get rid of all of these so we don't feel confused. Okay, blue line previous week's high, blue line below previous week's low. Okay, so typically we do a number of things every week. We just dance around these boxes or we break out of those ranges and proceed in a certain direction. All right. So we also have this 4-hour trend line. We have this nice 4-hour trend line. We broke down, we've come back up, and we seem to be hanging above it. What other sensitive point do we have? Well, we also have the gray line. Ignore the black lines for now, right? You have feed lines, okay? So we have the gray lines. Okay, the gray line, if we look left, previous major sensitive point on the 4 previous major sensitive point, right? Previous major sensitive point. See how we breeze through here with a gap. All right, we've come back to the gray line, we've rejected it, we seem to be breaking it. And this is a 4-hour chart. So that's a 4-hour candle. And I believe we still have an hour plus. Right? So 4-hour candle closes above, the next candle stays above. Then we can say we've broken this and we're going upwards. Right? There's also the possibility of this coming, crashing back down, and the next one opening and emptying itself back all the way down. Right? So sensitive region, sensitive zone, based off of the big picture. So let's zoom into the 1 hour. Okay, we're zooming to the 1 hour. Let's see what the opportunities are on the day. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 things. First, I'm going to do, which is something we like to do, is to identify an Asian range. Okay, Asian range during the Asian session. Where was the market hanging around? Well, it was hanging around here. Okay, market was hanging around here. All right, this black line now becomes sensitive, seeing that we've pushed below and rejected this black line. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the Asian range a bit and what the possibilities theoretically are for trading the Asian range. But I'm going to start that by going backwards, right? I'm going to go find the previous Asian range. Okay, here's the previous Asian range. We had this, we had a strong push up. We held above and we came crashing right back down. All right. One scenario. Next scenario, we had Asian range. We had that spiking all the way up and then we came crashing all the way back down. Okay, let's go back again. Let's look for another one and then we'll come dissect to this Asian range. Okay, I can just put one right here so we don't go too far back. All right, another Asian range right here. Again, Asian range just where the market danced around or slept in during Asia, right? So black line is the middle of the ninth. So ninth time, basically. Okay, again, we have up move, spike to the up, and then we came crashing back down. Okay, does this happen every time? Yep, typically happens almost every time. Yeah, but then where does it go crashing? Where does it go reversing? So we have a number of regions to observe. Now this becomes tricky. Today is Wednesday. We could anticipate a midweek reversal. We can anticipate a number of things, understanding that we have this potential level where the market could be going to. It could get there, it could reject it, it could get there, it could go above it and stay above it. So we're going to go into the 15 minutes pretty soon. But before then, let's look left. Let's see what this price action here tells us. Okay, we have two side by side, almost equal. You could call these engulfing candles, right? This price action tells us, again, this is a 1 hour chart, tells us that there's a lot of volume trapped in here. So you hear me use the words like trap, you hear me use words like inducing buyers or sellers, right? So I'm going to put a line, watch this. I'm going to put a line right there, okay? So I'm going to put that line right there. And if you keep looking left, we'll see how sensitive that line has been in the past, right? If you keep looking left, we'll see how sensitive that line, still calling it a line, I'm going to go make it a huge zone, all right? So we have this nice zone. So theoretically, anywhere in the zone is a cell, nice, decent enough cell, anywhere from the line downwards. Again, I'm looking at this as a zone, okay? Meaning anywhere in the whole region, in the entire region. But then there are two things we're looking out for. By default, this your entry, the stop loss is here. Personally, I would say a sell-off in this zone. If we get any other kind of pushback in here, then you would want to be looking at this as the potential entries. You want to get in as high up as possible, right? Or based on the trap and just for ease of using this as a zone, all right? So anywhere in there is your entry for a nice sell. Anywhere in there, entry for a nice sell-off back down into the range and all the way back down below. Okay, so big picture, if we're thinking big, huge sell, it will be that. If we're also thinking based on or in line with the Asian range, then typically what we like to find for the Asian range is a London move. London move will be a false break of this range, and then the market reverses back down. Okay, so I'm going to go into the 15-minute time frame so we can dissect what the Asian range set up, right? Again, many times we try to actually catch the moves up. In this scenario, we're actually on the wrong side, right? We try to catch these initial moves up. Again, I wasn't on my large screen, so I didn't actually see how that, we just bounced off a sensitive point. This should have been the entry for a buy, or at least the exit of whatever sales we took right here. But notwithstanding, we have a short box. We're holding a nice drawdown. All right, so this is what we're looking out for our London setup, right? We're looking for something like this. You could have a stop hunt, or it could just be all the way right back down. Okay, looking for something like this, potentially this, could send us flying down where? Down to the next really sensitive point. All right, so as we begin to take out these sensitive points, if we take out here, we retest. If we take out here, we retest. We take this out, then we're going to find some levels down below, right? It means we're going to find some levels down below. So theoretically, that's the move, that's the plot, that's the play. Nice sell-offs should have happened here. I'm on this session. I already have my cells open. So I'm just going to stay flat, or rather, I'm just going to stay with my current positions and hold them to as low as I can. Again, remember, this has the potential to maybe, just maybe, if we zoom this out a bit, to just maybe come retest these really low levels, right? To just maybe come retest these really low levels. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, delete this. All right. So maybe, just maybe, you can come right, crashing right back down to test these lower levels. The ECB president has a speech shortly. That's the European Central Bank president has a speech shortly in a few minutes. So this could dance like we're predicting and come crashing down. The euro would have more of the activity, obviously. All right, so that's our setup. A few things I'd like to point out here. Basically, what we've done is we've tried to find fresh, by fresh, I mean recent sensitive levels where the market has danced around and played around a bit. And those I would like to identify them as the previous week's high and low points. In this scenario, the blue lines. Okay, once my screen decides to respond. Okay, screen has decided to respond now. Okay, so in this scenario, wow. All right. Okay, so in this scenario, blue line is the lowest point of the previous week. Blue line here is the highest point of the previous week. Recent week's lowest point is sitting down below here. We have this trend line. We have this gray line, which is a major 4-hour point, which we've just gone across. And then we have this trap zone above, right? So we're just identifying key levels that could play some sort of relevance, right? Key levels that could be relevant to the current price point. We've identified Monday, Tuesday, we had a strong push up and then we got trapped in this zone. Right now, we seem to be going up in the up direction. I can tell you many times considering these levels, a lot of people are buying right now, a lot of buyers pushing this into the sell-off trap zone. So my anticipation is we've broken the Asian range. We're going to have a nice double top. We're going to have a nice price action around here in line with this trap zone here. And we should see some sell-off, right? This could be a short-term sell-off, right? Just to shake off all the buyers. And then we continue in the up direction. This could also be a relatively long-term sell-off all the way down to the 4-hour trend line. And depending on how the market reacts around this trend line, we could either see it bounce off and go all the way back up to retest our zones. Theoretically, we should have a test of these areas somewhere today, tomorrow, preferably tomorrow. But first of all, I anticipate a short sell off for the London rally. All right. So Euro sent us flying up. We should have been on the buy, except that I was out. So apologies. Should have been on the buy, and we should be right now looking at taking profit on those buys. I'm looking at getting in somewhere around this region. Anywhere here is a nice entry all the way up to the top. Questions. So again, key things I'm pointing out here are levels, understanding levels, and just understanding why the market does what it does. Why did he do this? Asian range came all the way down at the start of London. We rejected this black line, right? The fib line, an old fib line. Or if you look left, you see the fib line has remained relevant. So just think of it as another level, right? Currently acting as support for this up move. Now, typically, where you have an Asian range, you have a breakout, but then that breakout typically reverses on us during London. So right now, we're anticipating a London M formation around here. So anywhere on the 5-minute, 15 minutes, we should see some nice price action around here. That should tell us we're going to the downside, right? So again, quarters, 50 mark being another key point. So I'm just going to drop a line up there, just so we all know the potential places where this could rally all the way up to before coming crashing back down. All right. So any questions with the much I've said so far? I'm going to keep it here. Any questions, keep them coming so I can keep this particular stream short. And we jump back into the Telegram and keep ourselves updated there. All right. So any questions? Any questions for me on the live? Any questions for me on the live? Or do we wait till we go back into the Zoom? All right, Ben, I see you raising your hand. You want to drop that in the comment box, or you want to actually unmute yourself. I've just unmuted you. So you just go on and ask the question, or are you putting it in the chat box for me? Which one? All right, I see you in the chat box. How was the feed line gotten? It's a very old feed line. I'll try and see. I'll go back out to the 4-hour chat. All right, going back out to the 4-hour chat, because I believe it's a 4-hour feed I must have drawn so long ago. All right, so that's it. Okay, but you bet I drew this so long ago. This was the range I drew very long time ago. Let me go back and see if we can find it. All right. So it's such an old fib, but I've left it in place, right? So this is what it was. Old fib, I left in place. We had an A to B, A, B, C, D pattern, right? This is actually where it played out. All right, we saw that play out here. All right, so we had this, and I had this fib drawn. I'm pretty sure this fib was drawn backwards, somewhere here, backwards, right? Okay, and then we have this still just being relevant. I can pull it out, but yeah, it's just there. And the line, the current level there has remained relevant, okay? But so that we don't confuse anybody, I'm going to pull it out, and I'm going to go to the current time, and I'm instead going to give us a line that shows us that early morning rejection, right? So let's go back into the 15-minute time frame. Let's go back into the 15-minute time frame. Let's go back into the 15-minute time frame. All right. So I'm going to put a short horizontal line. Short because this is how short we think is relevant. Just from this point all the way to the fact that this happened. All right. Okay, so early sellers are feeling anxious right now, but we're just going into our zone. Not to worry, this is going to be a long-term buy. We will be able to stomach this. So we should at least come back to test these zones before flying all the way up if we think we're going to keep going all the way up. So again, ECB president speaks in a few minutes. Think about 4 or 6 minutes. Okay, so you're in the zone. You're in the zone just means you see that price trap happen. Look at a 5-minute chart. We see a strong push up, maybe to the red line and a rejection off of that, or we see a fall from here and a trap in here. That's your entry for your sell. Again, anywhere in these zones. So I've just tried to make the zone tighter by putting another line here. Anywhere in this zone, right, becomes your decent enough entry point. Again, why? Because if we look left, that's our trap zone, right? That's our trap zone. So we can shrink this. We can shrink this. So we now have a entry point, and we now have a potential stop loss, right? Just sitting right above there. Okay, so we're modifying this. All right, so that's the setup. The ECB speech is probably why this is going all the way up, and I anticipate a meltdown. All right, so I'm going to call it a wrap here. We can keep ourselves updated in the Telegram, and yeah, we may not have another Zoom. Probably would have the next Zoom tomorrow morning, early enough at 7, so we can hopefully better maximize these moves. Today, I think if we sold here, we should have been able to get out here based on this sensitive point, which we should have been able to identify if we were looking at things from this structure. So I apologize. We didn't get in on a buy here. And maybe some people sold here and they're trapped. Well, you have to stomach all of this and just hold out. We should get some ease off at the least to this point. So if the new census crashing down here, and rejecting and going all the way back up, then this will be your exit for whatever sales you have. Theoretically, we should see the bottom of the Asian range sometime today. All right. So I'll leave this here. Maybe I'll just go on and publish this as a trade idea, just so that it's recorded. Okay. All right, so sharp position, trend, chart pattern, and beyond technical. All right, okay. Usually I do GBP, USD, USD. Okay, so publishing the trade idea and live stream on YouTube should be up soon. We'll get back on the Telegram and we can keep ourselves updated. All right, so see you guys on the other side.